To create an appointment booking as a staff member on behalf of the client, on the schedule, we have two options. We can either click on the Add button on the top left and go book an appointment to start off the process on the right-hand side. Or if I click on the X, they just come out of there. We can also locate the specific day that we want to book this for. Go under the staff member that's preferred. Let's say we want to book Mark for 5 p.m. today. I'm going to go under Mark's column, make sure I go to the 5 o'clock slot, and left click once and go book an appointment. So in this case, once the book and appointment screen comes up, you will notice step 1 and 2 is already completed for us. Based on the calendar view that we were on, we've already selected a date, we've selected a time based on where we clicked, and a step number 2 is where the staff is selected. Again, I went specifically under Mark's name, so that's why step 2 is done for me as well. You will notice if you start bookings from different views, maybe such as week view or a month view, the all the options will still be displayed, but it may be not in the same chronological order as we're seeing it right now. Okay. If we go back into step number 1 to edit, this is where a staff member can book a recurring booking on behalf of the clients. So if we enable this, I can then tell the system how often to repeat this booking for. Let's say it's once every week. Perfect. And the client wants to keep it every Thursday. So we can select that. And then on the bottom, we will tell the system when this recurring booking will end, whether it's after X amount of occurrences that'll occur on a specific date to end, or no end date. If we select no end date, it's going to go ahead and book it out for the next 6 months. And as each month passes by, so let's say we start this on January, it's going to book it out until June for us. After each month passes, so let's say January is done now, it is now February, the system will automatically extend the booking for the subsequent month. So it's going to extend it into the month of July. So that's how the system will behave in that way. I'm going to leave this recurring booking as off. And we're going to go ahead and continue on by clicking on next. No changes to the staff. We'll go next. Step number 3 is selecting the client that will be participating in this appointment booking. So if they're an existing client in your system, go ahead and search for their name. I'll go ahead and just type in their name. If there's multiple Brodies, they will all show up. Okay, you will just simply click on add to add this client. If they're not in your system, you will simply go add a new client and you will have to fill in the fields that you've set up under the client setup in the backend. Here, I'm going to select Brody. I'm going to go add, and I'm going to go next. And then lastly, we have step number 4. First of all, we have to select the right location if it is a multi-location business. If it's a single location business, you don't need to do this step. On the right-hand side, we're going to select the services that Mark can perform, and only the services that Mark can perform will show up here. In this case, we're going to go with a 60-minute deep tissue massage. Perfect. We're going to select it. And take a look on the bottom. There's additional fields now, available add-on options. So if there were any service add-ons that you've selected as in the backend for the products, you will see it displayed if it's relevant to this booking. So in this case, I can add lavender essential oils on top or hot stones. And you'll notice that if there's a little plus sign, it means that there's additional money required. And if there's a little time here like this, plus 15 minutes, we know that the hot stones also require an additional time of 15 minutes added to the booking as well. Okay, so from here, let's say we just want to add the hot stones. Perfect, we're going to enable it. We can select multiple if we want. And once that's done, you will also notice now that there is a step number 5 to select assets. This will only appear if the service that we've selected requires an asset. If it does not require an asset, step number 5 will not appear. In this case, we're going to go next to get to step number 5. And in this case, it's going to list out all the assets that are currently available for this appointment booking. Let's say, for example, maybe somebody was already occupying the Serenity Room and the Zen Room at this exact time, 5 p.m. on Thursday the 17th. These 2 rooms will not display on this list. So right now, I can just choose any of these rooms that I want. Let's say we just want to assign it to the calm room. Perfect. Select it. And that's it for choosing your options on this appointment. Lastly, on the bottom, we have 3 additional options. Do we want to add an additional appointment? Maybe this client wants to book another appointment. Great, we can go ahead and add another appointment before we confirm it. The other 2 options would be to actually complete the booking. We can either go with book unpaid or book and pay. There may sometimes be a third option of just the word book. If you see the word book, the staff member will most likely want to use that option. because what that means is that the client that we've selected, they have a valid purchase option to pay for the service booking already. In that case, we do not need to click book unpaid or book and pay. We'll simply click on the button that says book, and that's done. The purchase option that they have will be applied to the service booking without requiring additional payments. In this case, Brody does not have any purchase options to pay for the 60-minute deep tissue massage, so we're going to go have to choose an option. Now, for the book unpaid, this option will only be available if the staff making this booking has the correct staff role permission to book appointments as unpaid. If they do not have this option, this will not even show up, and they will have to go with book and pay. In this case, I'm going to go ahead with book and pay. Once I go book and pay, it's going to go ahead and bring me to the store screen to check out this client. So on the bottom, you're going to see all the different store categories I already have. And by default, it's going to show me the applicable passes only because that's the only way that we can pay for this. We're going to go ahead and visit this a little bit later on how to make a payment for a booking.